This video is for anyone who grew up learning to be codependent, as you had to do to survive, wanting your parents' approval, and now as an adult, regardless of your age, you still find yourself wanting your parents' approval. Or maybe you're not conscious of wanting your parents' approval, but your actions indicate that you want them to see you. You want to be seen. You want to be supported. You want to be encouraged. You want them to be a part of your life because they never were in the way that you needed when you were a child. So now you are on this quest, a part of you rather still has this unmet need. It still has this longing to feel included and accepted and loved. And so you give and give and give, and you try to get that approval and love you never received. The problem is, it is robbing you of the ability to take full ownership of your life, of yourself. The wound is still talking. The wound is still coming out in you. And I am here to remind you, you are an adult. You are an adult. You can think for yourself, adult. You can take ownership of your choices. You are an adult. You may be thinking, but I'm afraid if I don't get their approval, what if I make them mad? I'm going to regret it. I'm just overreacting. Maybe I'm not. It's just the way I'm looking at it. It's just my perception. I just need to see it in a different way. Adult. You can trust yourself. You can stand up for yourself. Adult. You have the power, the strength. You have the ability. You can trust yourself. It's okay. You can have the confidence. You are an adult. You can step out of that past role that comes alive whenever you interact with or visit or see your family. The ties that bind. Sometimes those family ties are the ties that bind, and we can let those go. Adult. You get to say how you spend your time. You get to say what interaction you want to have with your family. How much, how little, if any, and what the boundaries are. Adult. You can do that. When you grow up being codependent, you learn that you are a victim. You learn that you are powerless, that you are ineffective, that you are inadequate. You learn shame. The opposite of adult. The opposite of someone who is standing strong in their power and knows their mind and who they are. Let's tap about this to release it. As you say it, if tears come, let the tears out. It's very cleansing. Tap along with me. Tap where I tap. Change any sentence if anything I say doesn't fit your situation. Okay. Tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I want my parents to approve of me, I want them to see me and love me, I choose to deeply and completely love myself anyway. Tapping through the points. I didn't get the love and support I needed growing up. I had to take care of my parents emotionally. I had to be who they wanted me to be. It wasn't okay to be who I was. I had to please them at all costs. I had to be who they wanted me to be when they wanted me to be that. I learned very quickly that it was not okay to be myself. I often had to tiptoe around them. I had to make sure to never upset them. I was on pins and needles all the time. I learned to become acutely aware of their moods. And any chance I took in opening up meant to take a great risk. It meant risking disapproval and criticism. I never knew how they were going to respond to me. So I was always on edge. And I always just wanted to be seen. Even now, I find that I am still wanting this. And everything I learned growing up taught me that getting their approval was of paramount importance. Being concerned with their opinion of me was the number one priority. I had to make them happy. And this is still affecting me today. I still want their approval. I even have daydreams about telling them about who I am. And I imagine them holding me in high esteem. I imagine them taking me seriously and seeing my value and my worth. But the fact that I'm having these daydreams indicates that this wound is not yet healed. There is still a part of me that wants my parents to approve of me. That is the hurt inner child within me. That inner child that never got the love and support she needed. I'm not going to continue living my life this way. Letting the years go by and giving my power away. Searching for someone else's validation of myself. Their validation of me really isn't necessary. It's not even relevant. It's not required for me to heal this wound. What is necessary is that I now give it to myself. And I begin by approving of my inner child. That means I take ownership for my feelings right now. that I acknowledge that I have a choice. And that I have the strength within me. And I am empowered. I allow myself to release this wound. And it feels so good to let it go. It feels like I am dropping a huge weight off of my back. I am free from needing my parents' approval. I am free to trust myself. I let go of the thoughts of self-doubt. I let go of the fear. I let go of the need to caretake other people's feelings. And I begin to take care of my own. Finally, I am giving my own feelings the attention that they deserve. And I take the responsibility that has always been there. And when I do that, I liberate myself from the past. I free myself from this past trauma. I am so worthy of love and approval. And I begin by giving that to myself. Every day, I love and approve myself. Every day, I give myself that love that I deserve. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Just take a moment and sit and notice how you feel. Good, good, good. Thank you so much for being here and for participating in this tapping with me. Repeat this often, as sometimes we can slip back into old habits without realizing it. So it's good to do a tune-up every now and then and just to check in with yourself. Big hug, lots of courage for doing this work. Thank you so much for being here, and take care.